Hello everyone, I am Tela and welcome to today's video where we're going to play one of the strongest nations in the game, Navarre. I know what you might be thinking, that there is no way a nation as tiny as Navarre with only 14 tax base can be one of the strongest in the game, but it actually is. To make it short and simple, Iberian is the best cultural group in the game, and Basque is the best Iberian culture. Iberians have access to some of the most broken content in the game, but the most important thing they have are the lieutenancies and viceroyalties. These buildings are so good you can place them on any city outside of your core region, and just like this you will have at least 60 control in this location. This is already amazing, but there is something even better. These buildings can be stacked with your naval governors, meaning that your naval governors will have 100 local proximity resource. What this means is that if you have an Iberian culture, you can have 3 capitals. And on top of all this amazing Iberian content, we also have the amazing Basque content. For example, there we have free state satisfaction and monthly legitimacy, a lot of free money because of this building that gives you less monthly inflation. This law, Navarrese adaptability, we can't check it right now, but I tell you it is amazing, we'll check it once we start the game. An advance for proximity speed, and many more strong advances. You can check them, you will see how strong all of them are. You might also be thinking, despite all this good content, Navarre is still surrounded by England, France, Aragon and Castile, but this is actually an advantage. I know you have probably seen people fail horribly their Navarre campaigns on YouTube, Discord, Reddit or anywhere, because I have. But for me, Navarre is one of the easiest nations in the game, and for you it will be as well if you stay and watch until the end. Before starting, remember leaving a like and subscribe if you really like this content and want to see more of it. I really need your help to reach the subscriber count to be able to keep doing these videos. But now, enough with the yapping, so let's make this Ironman and get it going. Okay, so there we are as Navarre, and as you can see we have low income, a small army, and if we try to fight any of our neighbors we're going to get annihilated. Why most people fail in their Navarre campaigns is because they try to fight as soon as possible, and this is just wrong. What you have to do as Navarre is try to delay the wars as much as you can until you are ready and you can actually fight a war. Luckily, preventing a war is very easy in EU5. All you need to do is to improve your relations with the nations you don't want to fight, in this case Castile, Aragon and France. Then all you need to do is to improve your diplomatic reputation and assign your best cabinet member. Then you can speed this up even more by taking privileges or laws that give you efficiency of our cabinet, diplomatic reputation or improved relations, like in this case conciliatory stance, diplomatic traditions or religious advisory council. And just like this, now the AI is no longer going to declare on you, because if they try to do so, they are going to get a stability hit. Diplomacy is done, and now all you need to do is to have a functioning economy, but I'll show you how to do it as well. First and foremost, you have to delete this fort. It is expensive, it is useless, just get rid of it. And then the rest of the setup is just like any other nation. I'll show you as fast as possible. For our rivals, we're going to do Andorra, Granada, and we're going to leave Castile for later. Increase control and strengthen the government, this really helps with money. Take diplomatic capacity, you can also take institution growth or monthly diplomats, it's up to you, but I'm going with institution growth. Take court language, it's much better than common language. Then check how much can you tax every state and make them go up to 50% satisfaction equilibrium. Of course, to do this you need to grant some privileges. Which ones do you take is up to you, but I am going to take represented in the parliament, building rights, commercial advisory council, control over the coinage, land of commerce, treasury rights, urban development grants, elite council, and nobility controlled serfdom. Just like this, we are now making money. Now all you need to do is to build 2 jewelers guild. Look at how much money do they give, build one in Iruña and one in Tutera, and now you can finally unpause. Most of the times you will get this pop-up saying that Castile has declared you as their rival, but again this isn't a problem at all, just keep improving your relations with them. After a few months, max 4, maybe 5, you can offer an alliance to Aragon, just go ahead and do it. And now Castile will be even more scared to declare on you. If Castile declares on you in less than 4 months, just restart. It's not a big loss, but you should be able to ally Aragon before that happens. Now you can go back to just waiting. And 1 year later, you'll see England and France fighting each other. This means they're not going to declare on you, Aragon is your ally, so they're not going to declare on you, and Castile is scared because you are an ally of Aragon and because you have 50 relations with them, so they're not going to declare on you. Now all you need to do is to get Castile to stop rivaling you, so just unpause and wait. On the meantime, do not just AFK, be sure to invest some of your money in getting more money later. I am, for example, expanding mines, because this is an iron RGO, which is amazing, and I'm also doing some burgers building where I have enough burgers. While you wait, you will also probably get some events like this one, where you can click any of the options, but if you click on the last one, you will go over your culture capacity. It's not a big deal, you can just discriminate the Sephardi people, but just be sure this is going to happen. You might want to avoid this by taking one of the first 2 options. But anyway, it's not like that really matters. All you need to do is to make Castile stop rivaling you, and once they do, you can stop improving relations with them. The next thing you want to do is to ally France, so yes, we go back to waiting. On the meantime, start spying on Castile because we want to get a casus belli against them. Now, this is when you should be 100% safe from Castile because you are above 100 relations, and if you're still not confident enough, just give them military access. If they have it, they're not going to declare on you. Once you get to the edge of the Renaissance, take administrative focus. Local infrastructure is amazing because of the proximity speed. At some point around 150 relations, you will be able to ally France. Be sure to do it as soon as possible. And then you can already start making a claim on Castile. Now what you need to do is to lower back your relations with Castile, so send an insult, stop giving them military access or food access, and once you get a parliament, change your Navarrese adaptability to belligerent stance. We want the war score cost, because it is time to fight Castile. Once you finish lowering your relations with Castile, you can now make them your rival. And after you get your casus belli, it is finally time to declare on Castile. This is all you need to do. Promise land to Aragon, call them in, and then call in France as well. Now declare the war. Now raise your levies and simply wait until France gets to Navarre. And once France gets to Navarre, you can start fighting battles. The idea is to cut through Castile and get to Portugal as soon as possible. We want to piss them out first. All we need from Portugal is money, war reps, and we can also make them break their alliance with Castile. But from Castile we actually want much more. First we're going to make them give us back all of our cores, and then we're going to snake until A Coruña. Then we're also going to take the market of Burgos and the province of Sevilla. Maybe we can actually take Cordoba as well. Yes, we can. So this is actually a really good peace deal. Now maybe you want a more stable run, and if this is the case, just don't take Cordoba, leave it for later, and take war reps. Don't forget to take meal access, food access, and so on. And then if you want to get up to 100 war score, then just take any province that takes, well, 10 war score. Cadiz is actually enough. Now don't forget to change this guy to diplomatic endeavors before sending the peace deal. Now this takes much less antagonism, and send the demand. We of course have no way to get controlling this land, so we're going to release it as custom fiefdoms, just like this. And while you can try to integrate Burgos, it will take you 80 years, so it's much faster to just release fiefdoms in this place as well. Do one in Burgos, one in La Montaña, and one in East Asturias. And then you have to release the historical subjects of Leon and Galicia. Do it as vassals this time. Now you can also break your alliance with Aragon, because you don't need them anymore. During the Black Death you can also sponsor mass forgiveness and make one of your cabinet guys encourage spiritualism. If you do so, you can very easily reform into a theocracy, which is much stronger than a monarchy. We're not going to do it, but we can make another video about it if you want. And by the way, do not forget to build roads everywhere, especially during the Black Death. Look at this, at some point you will get an event where you get the Cámara de Comptos, which is the building I told you that gives you free money by reducing monthly inflation. Once you get another parliament, it's time to start a new war. Try to declare an Aquitaine, but if France has a truce with England, then try to declare an Aragon instead. Do the same as in the previous war. Call in France, declare the war, and try to separate Peace Castile. Do the same you did with Portugal before. Money, war reps, and annual treaties with Aragon. It is true, France is going to take most of this money, but making Castile lose all this money is going to weaken them a lot, and this is mainly what we want. And what you have to take from Aragon is war reps, this so you can release Mallorca, this so you can release Catalonia, this so you can release Valencia, and then as much land as close to you as you can. You might go close to your diplomatic capacity cap, but this means it's time to start building embassies. And once we get another parliament, it's time to declare war on England. We're going to declare an Aquitaine and let's see if we can take Bordeaux. If it's too hard to take it, then these two locations will be enough. And by the way, after building roads everywhere, it's time to start urbanizing your country. For now you can make towns pretty much everywhere. These 3 wine locations are fine, this salt location is also fine, this wool location is also fine, then we have fiber crops, stone, and wool, fish. These locations are also fine to urbanize. Do not do the lumber ones, the iron ones, and the copper ones. Also remember, you have to be conservative with food. Your population is so low you can't afford starving any location. So do not urbanize the wheat and livestock locations. Not yet at least. Iruña starts as a town, but besides Iruña, do not urbanize Don Ivane Garazi or Maule. Nice, we got to fully annex Aquitaine. There we are. Now let me tell you why Bordeaux is that important. So basically, as you can see, we already have access to lieutenancies, so we can build one in Bordeaux. This means we can build a local governor and stack a lieutenancy in Bordeaux and get it as a second capital. But most importantly, this also means we can do the opposite. Let me explain. We can move our capital to Bordeaux, so this means our capital would be in the French region. So this means we will be able to build lieutenancies in Iberia, and we will be able to stack them with not only naval governors, but also local governors. So what this means is we will be able to have 6 capitals in the region of Iberia. Now all we need to do is to keep expanding. To do this, we're going to check our subjects and we will see they are already starting to core all of their land. So this means we can now enforce our Basque culture and then we will be able to annex them quicker. Do not do this on every subject, just be sure they have already cored their land. Also, we can now declare wars on Castile and Aragon without having to fabricate a claim. This is because our subjects are already fabricating claims for us. So let's declare the war. We cannot take any land from them because we cannot afford it, we don't have enough diplomatic capacity, but at least we can take war reps, we can make them break their alliance with Aragon and we can weaken them more by taking even more money. We don't care about being or not being at war because we aren't fighting our wars, we're letting France do it. So this means we can declare on Castile and on Aragon as much as we can, even if we don't conquer their land, just because, well, we can weaken them by doing so. This is why we're going to declare on Aragon as well. And once the subject you want to annex go back to loyal, start the annexation. As time passes, you'll annex more and more subjects. And you will also build more and more embassies. So now your diplomatic capacity will be higher. So this means you can now go back to keep conquering Castile and Aragon. But before that, let me make Santander a city. Now I can build a local governor in this place. And now that I annexed Gascony, I can move my capital to Bordeaux. So now I can build a lieutenancy in Santander. Now this means once I finish doing it, my max control in Santander will go up to 100. Yep, there is it. And now my max control in this location is also higher than 67. And yeah, we should ideally have this local governor in either Iruña or Donosti, but these places aren't a city yet, so we need to encourage migration. Let's declare on Aragon on the meantime. Let's fully annex Aragon. And let me quick peace out Castile, because I can't be bothered to fight them right now. Now let's move our local governor to Donosti. Let's also stack the lieutenancy. Nice, we're back to having good control in Navarre. Now we want to do this in Sevilla as well, so let's take harbor administration. We got Sevilla, so it's time to build our naval governor. And there is it, look at how much control we have now. And it's not even court land yet. But it's not only there, look at how much control we have everywhere in our kingdom. This is of course because we have 3 capitals, which is insane. I could keep the campaign going, but this isn't a full campaign, this is supposed to be a guide, and I am pretty confident you can go alone from there. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.